Mr. Nadler, it's absolutely laughable that you think that New York City didn't defund the police. I'm actually trying to pull up the stats, the exact number. I'll get that. But we do know that New York City set a new felony record in 2022 with the most felony crimes reported in the last 15 years, directly attributable to defunding the police. And I'll get that stat in a minute. I thought I had it here ready to go. But Mr. Biggs?
It's $1 billion.
$1 billion. So $1 billion. I mean, you still think that New York City didn't defund the police?
Yes.
So how do you explain the $1 billion reduction in the police force?
Well, I'm not a member of the city council, but what has happened on a number of occasions is various functions have been changed from department to department. For example, some mental health functions were changed from the police department to Department of Social Services, and I would assume that commensurate funding was switched from the police department to Department of Social Services, because the city council and the mayor decided that the Department of Social Services were better suited to providing these mental health services than was the police department.
So you didn't cut the money from the police department. You just moved it to other departments, which I think is cutting one department to fund the other one. Do you disagree? Because in my math, if you cut $1 billion,
if you cut one department and move the money to a different department because you also move a function to the other department, it's essentially no change. But there was the judgment of the city council and the mayor that the Department of Social Services was better able to provide mental health services than the police. Very often, the police find someone on the subway that, who might want to throw someone off the platform, and they don't really know how to handle the situation. I mean, they can pull the person back, but the appropriate person is someone with mental health experience that they turn the person over to.
yeah, so I totally agree that we need community policing, and we also need to make sure that we have resources to those that can deal with mental health. Totally agree with that. But I think it's laughable that I gave you a stat that New York City cut their police budget by $1 billion, and you said it's not really a cut, it was a repurposing of money to other departments.